Did you miss me? Welcome back to CompTV, the place you can go for all things tech. Did I say that right? It's been so long. In the last month, there's been a lot of stuff going on with computer hardware, and specifically with the pricing of GPUs. The main reason for that is because of the cryptocurrency Ethereum. Now, I'm no expert, but what I can say is that because of the way that the cards are built, RX cards are especially equipped to mine effectively. Unfortunately, that being the case, the already low amount of RX cards dwindled down even less, causing whatever was remaining to spike up a ton. Now, that would be more fine if it limited itself to the RX line, but it did bleed its way over into the GTX line. Okay, we get it, we've been hearing this, but what does that mean for me? Well, two things. One, if you don't have a card and you're looking for one, now's not the time. But two, if you have a bunch of cards and you want to unload them, now is the time. And yes, that doesn't mean you could sell your RX 480 and buy a 1070 with it, because the 1070 will now be more expensive. But what it does mean is that you can hold on to that cash and buy something else. For instance, I bought this camera that you're listening to me on now. You served me well, buddy. But I'll get to you in another video. Now, before we get any further, I did want to point out that I won the card that I sold in a giveaway, which I know some of you might find a little sketchy, but the main purpose was to sell the RX 480 in order to buy a better graphics card. So it's just a graphics card to graphics card conversion, and even Tech Deals himself, shown in the tweet here, said that it was a good idea. But even more fortunate than that was that instead of buying a GTX 1070, which was my original plan, I was able to find a 4K camera. But as we move forward, I'm going to talk about GPUs. Now, as you can see right here, I'm holding my GTX 1060, which I haven't listed or sold yet on eBay, but what I did sell was, again, that RX 480 and another spare Radeon card that I had lying around. Yeah, if you have another Radeon card, list it maybe, check the prices, it might be worth more than when you bought it, which was the case for me. So what I am gonna do is list this up, and if you wanna see what I do end up selling this for, follow me on Twitter at _CompTV, and I'll put that in a tweet sometime this week. Well, what I decided to do was make sure I took good pictures. As shown here, I took some pictures of the 480 as well as the 5850 along with their boxes. For some reason, people really like if you have the original box, which I do, thankfully. It's another reason not to throw those out, and I listed them up on eBay. Now, the trick here that I used was that I set the bid for 3 days. I started both cards at a relatively low price and just let them sit for 3 days bidding. The other thing that I did was I set them to end at nighttime because more people will be home at night, and I set it to end on a weekday. You can do any day of the week. I think eBay suggests having it end on a Tuesday night, but I guess also you could end it on a Saturday or Sunday when people might be home for the weekend and might be willing to spend more money. It ended after 3 days, and though I paid a $1 fee, I think it was well worth it because both cards sold for well over their original value. The RX 480 sold for the price shown here, and the 5850 sold for the price shown here. The combined total of both cards was right about 400 bucks after fees, because eBay does charge fees, so be prepared for that, which I might get to that in another video, so let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. But as you can see here, it was a huge success. I have a new camera, and I actually have this other card that I'm going to be selling, so I'm really excited to see what comes next. Again, the plan for me will be to sell this card at whatever I can get it for. I'm guessing it might sell around $300+. Some other tech tubers have sold their cards as well, and they were able to get more than their original value, so I bought this brand new, so it'll be cutting it a little close for me, but I do think I'll get enough to hold on to it and hopefully buy a 1070 in the future. I'm pretty sure that's everything for now. There's more videos on the way. Thank you for watching this. Please leave a comment below letting me know what you think, or if you've sold your card recently, please let me know how much you got it for and what you got in replace of it, because it's just a super cool time in the market. Not a cool time if you're looking to buy, so I'm sorry for those of you who are looking for a card. You eventually will be able to have that card. Also, don't forget that Windows Shop Weekly is every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard and 8:30 Eastern Standard. Also, if you're not following me on Twitter and if you're not on the Discord, do that. I mean, why not? All right, yeah, I think that wraps it up. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from CompTV. Who cares about Pacific Standard if we're being honest?